Okay, white starts off by pushing a pawn to the center. Like, super original. It's a decent move, I guess. But seriously, what are they expecting? I can't wait for black to just wipe the floor with them.
Well, look at that. Black decides to push the pawn forward. It's certainly a standard response, but I wouldn't say it's a game changer. You know, I just hope they're ready for what's coming next.
Wow, white chooses to develop the knight to the king side. Like, okay, they've seen a chess book before, I guess? But honestly, it's just a safe move that doesn't really help them here. They needed to do something way more exciting. How about protecting that pawn instead? Ugh, can't wait for black to just demolish this.
Well, Black's latest move is to bring the knight into play. It looks like they think developing a piece is a big deal, but honestly, it's just routine chess. Meanwhile, I can't help but feel white could have used this chance to push for a stronger position.
Okay, so white moves the bishop to, like, a super predictable spot. I mean, congratulations on doing the bare minimum. At least they're putting a little pressure on black's pawn, but they could have honestly done better, like protecting that central pawn, duh. Can't wait for black to totally turn this around.
Well, Black has decided to move the bishop to that square, which honestly isn't the best option. They could have developed the knight instead to improve their position, but I suppose they're just trying to make things interesting, right?
Oh my gosh, white just moved a pawn to that lame square. Like, they could have just played a pawn in front of their king instead. That would have been, like, way better. Good luck trying to keep up with black now.
Oh dear, Black just moved the knight to that square, which is quite standard. I guess they think they've got some edge now, but really it doesn't change much for the board. White could have used that opportunity to claim a stronger position.
Ugh, white just moved a pawn forward to that super obvious spot. Like, seriously? It's definitely not a genius play, especially when they could have just played it safe with another pawn. Can't wait for black to totally take advantage of this blunder.
Well, look at that. Black has just captured the pawn in the center. It's a solid choice, but really we should expect nothing less at this level. White could have better protected that pawn rather than allowing this exchange.
Ugh, so white just captured black's pawn? Like, wow, what a bold move. But honestly, it's the best they could do in this mess. Black is just gonna take advantage of this situation and totally dominate now.
Oh dear. Black moves the bishop forward with a check. I suppose they think they're really shaking things up here, but this kind of move is just basic. White could have easily sidestepped this with a simple development of their own pieces instead.
So, white just awkwardly scoots the knight to that super generic square. Like, wow, how original. There was literally a better move to make that would have helped them. But whatever, I'm sure black loves this. Can't wait for them to capitalize on white's major blunder.
Oh dear! Black has just moved a pawn forward into the center. It's quite a predictable choice, really. But what they might not realize is that this might not have been the best tactic. A much stronger move would have been to reposition the knight. But I suppose we can't expect them to see that.
OMG, white just took a pawn with their own, like, super basic pawn move. I mean, I guess that's fine, but was it really the best they could come up with? Black is totally going to crush this.
Well, Black has just taken the pawn in the center. It's a straightforward move, but honestly, I wouldn't expect anything less. White can still recover by developing their pieces, though.
Wow, white just castled. How, like, innovative. I mean, it was literally the best move they could have made in this situation, but it doesn't change the fact that black's still totally in control. Good luck with that.
Well, Black has just moved the bishop forward to that square, which is frankly just painfully routine. A better option would have been to consider capturing that knight instead, but I guess that level of insight is asking too much.
Oh wow, white just moved the bishop to that random spot on the board, thinking it's some kind of big deal. Yawn, like, seriously, that was such a mistake when they could have just brought the rook into play instead. Black's gonna pounce on this like it's an open buffet.
Well, here we go again. Black has just moved the bishop forward to a square that honestly isn't even a creative choice. They're leaving plenty of potential opportunities for white. Perhaps developing a piece to counterattack would have been wiser.
Okay, white just took a knight with their bishop. Like, wow, so revolutionary. Not. They totally missed a much better option. Black's gonna wipe the floor with them after this.
Well, Black just captured white's bishop with their own. It's an expected move, really, and you'd think they might have other options, but here we are. Maybe if they'd thought a bit more, they could have played something with a bit more finesse.
Oh, wow. White just took a bishop with their knight, acting like it's some kind of grand strategy. Like, what even? Black's totally gonna turn this around and make them regret that choice.
Oh dear, Black just took white's knight with their queen. While it's certainly a straightforward capture, you'd think they might have considered more strategic plays.
Ugh, white just captured the bishop with their own, acting like that was some kind of master stroke. I mean, let's be real. It was the best move they could manage this round, but that hardly makes it impressive. Black is still totally in a position to dominate here.
Oh, look at that. Black has captured the bishop with their knight. While it's certainly a clean move, you'd think they might explore other avenues instead of just sticking to what's safe. I suppose that's too much to hope for.
Oh, white just moved their rook like it's a big deal. But honestly, that was the only move they could possibly make without totally losing the plot. It's not impressive at all, and you just know Black's about to show them how it's done.
Oh, miraculous! Black has finally moved a pawn forward. I suppose they're just trying to stay relevant, but it's a rather mundane choice, don't you think? A more astute move could have strengthened their position instead of this pedestrian advance.
Ugh, white just moved their queen to that square like it was some kind of brilliant decision. But honestly, they could have just played it to the side and attacked instead. Black is just giddy with all the chances.
Oh, how delightful! Black has moved their queen to a safer square, which is arguably the best decision they could make right now. You'd think they might try something more aggressive, but I suppose this is what we have to work with.
OMG, white just moved their rook to the c-file like it's some kind of game changer. Seriously? That was just an obvious move that did nothing extraordinary. Black's totally ready to take advantage of this and crush them.
Well, Black has moved a pawn forward, but honestly, c6 adds little to their position. A better choice would have been to develop the knight or bring the king's rook into play. It seems they're just shuffling pieces around without a plan.
White just moved a pawn forward like it's some kind of big moment. Honestly, it was probably the best they could do, but that doesn't make it special, and Black is totally set up to capitalize on this. Seriously, can they just let Black finish this already?
Oh, look at that. Black has taken the pawn so decisively. While it's a decent move, surely they could have looked to improve their position more actively instead of just simplifying matters.
Oh, wow. White moved their knight to that square like it's going to change the world. Newsflash. It was the only choice they had that didn't scream, "I give up." Black's totally poised to wipe the floor with them. Bye.
Oh, Black has moved their king to a safer spot. Remarkably, this is actually the best move for them right now. One might think they could have opted for something more proactive, but I guess safety comes first, or something.
Oh my gosh. White seriously just moved their knight like it was a game changer. Spoiler alert, it's not. They could have just sat there and done nothing, and it would have been just as effective. Black is gonna wipe the floor with this.
Ah, Black has moved their rook over to the c-file. While I guess it looks somewhat aggressive, it's a significant mistake that does very little for their overall position. A much smarter choice would have been to push that pawn forward. I suppose they just couldn't see it.
Oh, wow, White just moved their queen like they thought it was some epic play. Like, newsflash, it's the only decent move they had to keep from completely collapsing. Black is so ready to just finish this in style. It's not even funny.
Well, Black's decision to move the pawn forward to g6 is puzzling, to say the least. It was an easy opportunity to make a better move by advancing the pawn to f5 instead. I guess they're just playing it safe, but at this stage, that won't cut it.
Oh my gosh, White just moved their knight like it's a big deal or something. Hello, it was totally their best option, but honestly, it just puts them in an even worse spot. Black's about to take this opportunity and totally crush them.
Well, Black has just moved their king to a safer square. I suppose one could appreciate the caution, but it's truly disheartening that they didn't seize the opportunity to be more aggressive instead.
Oh wow, White just took the knight like it's some major plot twist or something. Honestly, they were just asking for it. Total desperation move. Like, seriously, Black is just waiting to end this charade.
Black has decided to move their king to a somewhat safer square. It's an understandable choice, given the circumstances, though it would have been far wiser to push that pawn forward to bolster their position.
Oh wow, White just moved their rook like it's some epic check or something. Spoiler alert, it's literally just a safe move and totally predictable. Not that it matters, because Black is about to wipe the floor with them anyway.
Well, Black has just moved their king to a safer square, which might seem sensible. However, it would have been far more advantageous to push the pawn forward. It's disappointing they missed that chance.
White just moved their rook like it's some big deal with a check. It's definitely not, since it just opens up more chances for Black. Like, get ready for the total annihilation, 'cause Black is about to take advantage of this.
Black has just moved their king to the h-file. While it's marginally safer, they completely missed a much stronger move to advance the pawn to g7. It's quite disappointing, really.
Oh my gosh, White just took Black's pawn like it's some big game changer or something. Newsflash, it's a total no-brainer. Congratulations on the best house move, but Black's about to turn this throne room into their own stage for a royal performance. Get ready for the end, everyone.
Well, here we are. In this match, Steinitz managed to secure a victory over von Bardeleben, wrapping things up with a checkmate. The game flowed with Steinitz taking control and pressing his advantage, while von Bardeleben struggled to find a solid defence. It was a classic case of skill overcoming resolve, as you might expect from these old-timers.